Welcome, everyone.
Splendid.
Violet, who is that very good-looking man? Well, you must know. Why would I ask? That's my latest lion. I've got him here tonight to tell us stories.
He's some sort of congenital liar? The handsome ones so often are, aren't they?
No, he's Hugh Geoffrey Wallace. He wrote True Tales of the Uncanny. I thought he'd be perfect for the occasion. All sitting round the fire, Christmas just a week away. What is it?
Nothing.
What's the matter?
So he's Wallace, is he?
Sissy, what have you done? You didn't review it.
Among others. I thought I'd see what all the fuss was about. I sent it into the Free Woman last month. I don't know if they published it.
Of course they will have published it. What did you say?
I was rather pleased with myself, actually. My favourite bit went something like this. Perhaps the most unpleasant aspect of True Tales of the Uncanny is the sex obsession which its author exhibits at every conceivable opportunity and which lies clotted on the supernatural-like cold white sauce.
Oh, Sissy.
It'll be quite all right. Just don't introduce me.
Well, keep very quiet, or I shall.
Ah, Hugh, come along.
What?
The fire is bright, the gas is low, the guests are gathered. You've got to sing for your supper.
Oh, no, really?
Oh, yes, Mr. Wallace. Do please tell us a tale.
My dear Miss Violet, I'm not sure I've anything to hand.
Oh, but you must. Just a little one. To please me. Oh, really?
Well, all right.
Very good.
Bravo, Mr. Wallace.
There is a little story I could tell.
Is it true?
You mustn't ask that, Violet. Mr. Wallace might expect us to enjoy such a story, but he surely won't expect us to believe it.
I can only speak for myself, but I would suggest that one cannot tell a good ghost story without admitting at least the possibility of such happenings. You need the audience to say, if I'm not very careful, something of the sort may happen to me.
So it is true?
It was told by someone I knew well. I knew his circumstances. He was as down-to-earth as a man can be. He had a cousin, Rufus, and the two of them quarrelled over a woman.
More fool them.
Who was this man?
A friend of the family. He was a soldier. Not a man I would have thought susceptible to mere suggestion. A friend of my grandfather.
A friend of a friend and so on. It's always someone else's story, isn't it?
Sissy.
It happened to him. Although I will say it happened a very long time ago. He was a very old man when he told it to me, and I was a boy. He told it me one night, shortly before he died. And it all began with this quarrel with his cousin, Rufus. I heard it from his own lips.
Rufus was handsome, but he had a temper. Women liked him, and he was always lucky. We quarrelled at a fancy dress ball over some girl. We fought a duel at sunrise. We were a strange-looking group, fresh from the heat and noise of the assembly, still in our costumes.
Gentlemen, to your places, please.
I was a Pierrot with a pistol. Rufus was wearing a hunting costume, copied from a portrait of an ancestor.
You may fire, on my word.
The rising sun shone red on Rufus's face. He still had a bruise on his cheek from my fist.
Fire!
Rufus's bullet went wide. Mine found its mark.
Cousin, forgive me. I am sorry. Hector, listen to me. I'm dying, but I'm not finished. They will bury me, and people will talk about this and then forget it. But we are not finished. I will be with you when you don't look for me. I will come between you and all that you hold dear. My will is strong, Hector, and it is my will to haunt you when I am dead. So this is not goodbye, Hector. This is merely au revoir.
I had to leave the country for a while. That was the form. And when I came back, the woman over whom we had fought had forgotten all about me. I kept away from society. I was sick of the world, and of women, and of my own foolish notions of honour. I lodged with an old friend, An officer who had taken me under his wing when I first joined my regiment. He was retired, not wealthy, and he had an only daughter, a lovely girl. She cared for me, and her love put my life back on its proper course. After a while, we were married, and we moved to a place in the country, very quiet, very far from the city. And we had 6 months of great happiness.
Hector,
Yes, my dear.
which do you think is the nearest house to ours? I mean, of society.
Well, there aren't any. The nearest people like that are way over across the river. You know that.
Yes, but I thought there might be someone else.
Someone else? What do you mean?
It's nothing.
I don't believe it's nothing. Tell me, please.
It's just that I've seen a man. I was out for a walk in the wood. I sat down to read, looked up from my book and saw him. He was standing a little way off, watching me silently. When I raised my eyes again, he was gone. He seemed a gentleman. I just thought...
You saw him once?
More than once.
Twice, then?
I see him every day.
What?
Sometimes under the trees, sometimes by the pool. You know how fond I am of that spot where the stream comes out. I have seen him there every morning. I just look up from my book, and there he is. He must come and go very quietly. I never hear him.
What does he... Has he spoken to you?
I have almost wished that he would. It is so strange to see him standing so silently there.
It's just some insolent fella. Perhaps it's a gypsy.
No, he isn't a gypsy. He has an air of... well, of a gentleman.
Young or old?
Young. Quite handsome.
I shall ask in the village.
But I could hear of no one. For a week I accompanied my wife on her walks, and we saw nothing.
I'm beginning to think this man is a figment of your romantic brain.
Whatever he is, I think I will walk only in our garden for a while, and then he cannot trouble me.
Capital notion.
I made sure no intruder could enter our garden without being seen, and for some time I heard no more of the handsome stranger. Indeed, I dismissed all thought of him, because my wife's health began to suffer. She seemed slowly to be weighed down by a dreadful melancholy.
Something must be troubling you.
No.
Surely.
What reason could there be?
My dear.
Oh, please forgive my sadness. You must think of it as a misfortune, not a fault.
Well, at least it has stopped us worrying about that strange visitor.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, not exactly.
What? Have you seen him again?
I see him every day. Hector, it is killing me.
Then, Doctor, have you seen enough of her to form an opinion?
Yes, ample. I assure you, your wife is not mad.
Oh, thank God.
But I understand your anxiety. As you say, she does seem to be affected by a particular delusion. But she's so reasonable in all other points that she can scarcely be troubled by a mania. And she spoke of this man so clearly and calmly, I am almost inclined to think that she really sees the person of whom she speaks.
I don't think that can be possible.
But she describes him so clearly. In my patients, such imaginings are always more or less disjointed. But she described him as clearly and calmly as I'm speaking to you now, and in such detail. Are you sure no one could have come into the garden?
I made very sure.
And is there no hanger-on, no local figure who fits her description? The pale face, the old-fashioned clothes. A hunting costume, she said. A mark on his cheek.
Oh, God. It's him. I took my wife up to town, and I showed her his portrait.
It's him! Oh, Hector!
What, you're sure?
I tell you, it's him!
I took her away. I thought we might outdistance him. I took her way across the continent. But wherever we went, he followed. He never showed himself to me. That would have been a poorer revenge. It was my innocent wife who was the victim of his malignant presence. He He destroyed her health and her life while I watched helplessly. I could not comfort her. I could not protect her.
He will not let me be at peace. He comes between us. He's standing between us now. I can see his face as plain as yours. He is killing me. Hector, I must tell you something.
What is it, my dear?
When he first came to me, in the wood, his presence bewildered and distressed me, and I shrank from him. But when he came again and again, I found myself thinking of him, and then watching for him. His image haunted me. I could not shut it out of my mind. When I did not see him, I found that life seemed dreary without him. I began to long for his return. I counted the hours between his visits. He took all other pleasures from me. My only delight was to see him. Oh, Hector, forgive me. For all this time, I have lived to see him. I don't know if it comes from some witchcraft, or from the baseness of my own heart. I could not stop this wicked feeling.
Her health sank. She lost the will to live. On the last night, I held her hand and comforted her as best I could. But she died, sobbing and afraid.
He is here. God, help me. Hector. Oh, he is lying by my side. God, help me.
What a nasty little story.
Why so?
The implication that a woman has no control over her affections.
She was tricked, you might say.
It's little better than supernatural rape.
It's only a story.
A true one, according to your rigmarole.
Have we been introduced?
No, thank you ever so much, Mr. Wallace. We all enjoyed that so much.
Yeah, it's jolly good.
Cicely Fairfield. You might know me by my pen name.
You're right.
I review. For The Free Woman, as Rebecca West.
More to drink, anyone?
Perhaps the most unpleasant aspect of True Tales of the Uncanny is the sex obsession which its author exhibits at every conceivable opportunity and which lies clotted on the supernatural like cold white sauce.
I cannot tell a lie. I did it with my little hatchet.
You seem to hold me responsible for these stories.
Why not? Were they ghost-written?
I gave them shape, I grant you, but I don't think I can be blamed for adding cold white sauce. And I see no reason to disbelieve the people who told me them.
You believe in your, I beg your pardon, their ghosts?
You cannot have a ghost story without a ghost.
I think you can.
Well, there's no point in making such a claim unless you're prepared to substantiate it. Could such a story be told?
Yes, I could tell it.
I was having a little party a week before Christmas. A cosy gathering, just a few friends. I'd invited Hugh Wallace so that he could tell us one of his ghost stories, which he did. And then Cissy put her oar in.
You might expect us to enjoy such a story, but surely you cannot expect us to believe it.
One cannot tell an effective ghost story without admitting at least the possibility of such happenings. You cannot have a ghost story without a ghost.
Can't you?
No.
I think you can. After all, it's merely the manipulation of effects.
That is a vulgar error. I demand that you substantiate this claim.
Very well.
Cissy, how can you tell us a ghost story that has no ghost?
I was away in the Lake District.
Oh, yes. Anyone we know?
On my own. To work on something.
Is Rebecca West about to astonish the world with a novel?
She might be if she could get it finished. She didn't get on very well.
Oh, dear.
And it rained the whole time. In fact, I had been trying vainly to write for nearly a week when I met Mr. Talent in the hotel lounge. He was a gentle, moth-like man, very tall and thin, with limp-looking hands and an expression of passive and enduring obstinacy. He was reading a manuscript, and I was so bored I made the fatal mistake of asking him about it.
Your own?
Even so. I see you are a woman of letters. Would you like to look at it?
It would be an honour.
How kind. A stranger, knowing nothing of my hopes and aims, yet willing to undertake so onerous a task.
Not at all. I fancied I might take it to my room, read the first page and the last, and flick through the rest.
Let me read it to you now.
Oh,
It might be best. I am considered to have a particularly fine reading voice.
Oh, well, I should be delighted.
The Unstrung Harp, Part 1, Chapter 1, Prologue. It was a quiet evening in November, and the small...
At first I listened, even taking in the sense of the words. I took in all the first 6 chapters. They were unbelievably dull. I imagined that something would, in time, happen.
He made no reply.
It never did.
Part 2, Chapter 7. Marjorie motored down with Horace to Brighton that morning. It was a fine spring day.
The book was flat, formless, a plethora of stale, borrowed, empty ideas. One waited for the culminating platitude as one would for a twinge of toothache. I thought he would pause after a
until he
while.
frowned and took up the egg whisk again.
I say, could we not have a little pause? Perhaps a bite to eat?
But this is the most exciting moment, now that the plot has reached its climax, the culminating tragedy, surely.
Of course. Forgive me.
Chapter 39. Marjorie put her head into her hands and sobbed convulsively.
If he doesn't stop soon, I'm going to have to kill him. How? Strangling? Hanging? The cheese knife on the sideboard?
And a single ray of golden light struck upwards from the horizon. Then, with one accord, they turned and went back together to the house. The end.
Well...
Well?
And after a little discussion...
Oh, no, you're just saying that, really.
He told me about his will.
You see, I am leaving all my money for the posthumous publication of my work. You have been so kind, I would like you to be my executor.
I couldn't possibly...
Oh, it would involve no work on your part. Pay another critic to read the manuscripts, pay a publisher to publish them. Then I shall not be forgotten.
I left the hotel early next morning, and I tried not to think about Mr. Tallant. But a few months later, I read his obituary in the Times. Then I remembered the manuscripts.
I am from Hainault and String. I have here a box of manuscripts as belonging to the late Mr. Tallant.
Is it full?
I believe so. I should warn you, the relatives of the deceased are extremely angry. Mr. Tallant was possessed of a substantial fortune, and nothing has been left of them. They say that the manuscripts are worthless.
How do they know?
It appears that from time to time Mr. Tallant has read one or two aloud.
Ah.
They threatened to take proceedings.
Letters began to come in from Mr. Tallant's relations.
We think you should know that Cousin William's death was certainly hastened by the disappointment that we have all experienced.
'Tis my belief you should be charged with manslaughter at the very least.
I had a friend, a freelance journalist with a conscience. I knew he would be glad of a job. I asked him to read the manuscripts.
Will it depend on my verdict whether they're published or not?
Some will have to be.
But what should be the standard?
You must decide.
What if I find a masterpiece?
When you begin to wish you had never accepted this little job, and you will, remember that at least the damn things were never read out loud to you, and be thankful. Meanwhile, more and more letters came from Mr. Tallant's relations. They were very numerous, very poor, and very uninterested in literature. I was notified that proceedings were being instituted.
Well, poor old Tallant.
Have you read them all?
Yes.
How can you possibly feel sorry for him? Don't start, for God's sake. He'll haunt you, like he haunted me. When I sit by my fireside, Sometimes I think I can hear him, reading. When I'm just going off to sleep, I dream that he's looming over me, like a large, pale, garrulous moth.
I dreamed about him too. I dreamed he appeared to me in the watches of the night and told me exactly how each plot came to him.
You must come to the meeting.
What meeting?
I've called the relatives together to see if we can settle something. I hope we can. I've hired a hall.
I say, you're looking a bit run down.
Talent is ever with me. We had a stormy meeting. It was obvious that these people did need the money. Orphan children needing a chance in life. Frail old people wanting care and rest. The desperate middle-aged trying over again to set themselves up. And it was all being kept from them.
And in your considered opinion?
In my considered opinion, the books are utter rubbish.
No! And at that moment, as I was distractedly looking out of the window of the meeting hall, I distinctly saw Talent pass in the street.
There he is. It's him.
Who?
Him, Talent. I just saw him.
I beg your pardon?
Calm down, old girl.
I tell you, I saw him.
Let us keep to the matter in hand. Now, whether Mr. Talent walked past the window or not, indeed, whatever his status beyond the grave, the legality of what we propose is not affected. Facts are facts. You've got the money. They want it.
There he is again. Look. Look, there he goes. Can't you see him?
I think after the meeting we should go round to the chemist and get you a little something for your nerves.
After this, hardly a day passed without my seeing Talent. I began to fear for my sanity. Meanwhile, it had finally been decided that half the money should be divided among the relations.
Payments have been made in accordance with the agreement.
Jolly good.
Unfortunately, some of the recipients have reported a strange and disquieting fact.
What is that?
They say they're being haunted. By Mr. Talent. I'm afraid the doctors fear for their reason.
What form does the haunting take?
Whenever they're alone at home, lying in bed or otherwise taking their ease, they continually hear Mr. Talent reading from his works.
I wondered if he would begin to read to me soon. I went to see a specialist.
Acute nervous prostration, young lady, is your trouble. You need rest. Plenty of rest, that's all. Don't worry, we've got a bed for you here. Nurse?
There now, that's right, dear. Let's do your pillows and you can just lie back. Now, I'll turn down the lamp and you can have 40 winks. That's it.
Chapter 1. Beginnings. It was a gentle evening in late March, and the early bulbs were just beginning to push up from their beds in the warm earth when Charles and Esmeralda...
No! No! You've got to believe me. I know I'm not mad. Perhaps I should get a priest, you know. Exorcism.
If it's not madness, then there's only one other explanation.
What do you mean?
Just keep walking and tell me again the next time you see him.
There! There he is. Do you see him?
Yes. After him. Quick!
He's running away!
Oh, no, you don't.
Ow! My shoulder. Let go.
Oh, no.
My God! He's solid!
I'll say.
He's not a ghost. Why aren't you a ghost?
I never died.
It was in the paper.
I put it in. I was in America. It wasn't difficult.
And what about the continual haunting of me? And of your unfortunate relations, all driven into asylums? What about that?
Yes, very interesting.
Interesting?
It was in a great cause. Perhaps I should explain.
Perhaps you should.
I assume you are not aware of my standing in the field of experimental progressive psychology. You see, I am not really a novelist.
No. Really?
Those novels were just part of the experiment.
What experiment?
In the plural, really. There were many experiments.
But what for?
It will be world famous, I think I can safely say. All this has given me exceptional opportunities, you see, particularly the hypnotic effect of the reading.
So it was you, reading?
Oh, yes.
And it was you who walked past the window when we were having our meeting.
Yes, a fascinating spectacle. It has provided some excellent material for my thesis.
And what is that? You...
It is a treatise that will eclipse all former work in the field. It is an exhaustive inquiry into the power of human endurance under supernatural suggestion.
That wasn't a ghost story, that was just an after-dinner joke.
Jolly good one, there.
It was a story with the suggestion of a ghost. They can be the most frightening sort.
Was that frightening? I don't think so. It was far too cynical.
What is wrong with cynicism?
I've never thought it a very womanly attribute.
Do you know, Mr. Wallace, I have an aversion to the word womanly.
Why?
Violet and I were in the park distributing leaflets for the Women's Freedom League.
Oh, gosh, yes.
We made the mistake of handing one to a middle-class lady in black silk.
She hit me.
She brought down her umbrella with some force on Violet's head, remarking, "Thank God, I am a womanly woman."
I am very much in agreement with the aims of your movement, but I deplore your methods. You can hardly be surprised at the violence you provoke. Why do you engage in these struggles? Why do innocent young ladies go provoking outrages from policemen? Don't any of you understand that man is a savage animal, imperfectly domesticated, and a large part of the art of living, for men and women alike, is never to give anyone the slightest chance of throwing you downstairs or taking you by the neck? We've got civilization up to the point of just about stopping unprovoked assaults. But provoked assaults...
What rubbish.
Oh, how practiced you are at scornful dismissal. It must be what makes Rebecca West's literary criticism so penetrating.
I disapproved of your stories, and I said so in print. Perhaps it was a mistake, but it's hardly a crime. Is reviewing really such a vile occupation?
That depends on how it is practiced. It can have very unpleasant repercussions.
For the poor author? Sticks and stones, surely.
I mean for the reviewer.
How so?
I could tell you a story to illustrate my point.
Oh, yes. Do tell us another story, Mr. Wallace, if you like.
Miss Fairfield might not like it. It's not a very nice story.
I'll be brave.
Very well.
I was having a little party. We were telling stories round the fire. The evening was going so well. And then my dear friend Cissy began a little controversy with Wallace. He'd written a book of ghost stories, and she'd been rather rude about it in December's edition of The Free Woman.
Is reviewing really such a vile occupation?
That depends on how it is practiced. It can have very unpleasant repercussions.
For the author? Sticks and stones, surely.
I mean for the reviewer.
Really?
I could tell you a story to illustrate my point.
Oh, yes. Do tell us another story, Mr. Wallace.
Miss Fairfield might not like it. It's not a very nice story.
I'll be brave.
Very well.
And who is the unimpeachable authority from whose very lips you heard this story?
Mrs. Gayton. She is the secretary of the Society for the Research of Supernatural Phenomena.
Oh, no vested interest, then.
Mrs. Gayton was dining one evening with a couple of friends.
I'm being bombarded by letters from a chap named Carswell.
Who is he?
He's written a book, The History of Witchcraft. It got a review in the Society magazine, not a very friendly one. Edward Dunning wrote it. He knows about that sort of thing. Said the book was absolute rubbish. Gave it out rather hot and strong. Now this chap Carswell is making the devil of a fuss. Wants to know who wrote the review. He's made trouble before.
Oh, I hope you didn't tell him it was Mr. Dunning.
Oh, of course not.
You mentioned Carswell?
Yes.
Lives in Lafayette Abbey?
I believe so, yes.
He's a neighbour of ours, you see, near our country place in Warwickshire.
Really?
We know all about him.
Horrible man. They say he practices the most appalling rites there, and that he's very easily offended and never forgives anybody.
Oh, dear.
Tell them about the school children.
Oh, Lord, yes. He offered to give the village children a treat. Had them up to the hall, which was odd, because he'd been complaining of their trespassing in his park. But he put on a magic lantern show for them. He began with some comparatively mild things.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Even then, the wolf was so dreadful that several of the smaller children had to be taken out.
He started it off by producing the sound of a wolf howling in the distance. It was the most gruesome thing you ever heard.
The show went on, and the stories were a little more terrifying each time, and the children were mesmerised into complete silence. Then there were a series of images of a little boy passing through the park, his park, in the evening. And this poor boy was followed and then pursued and overtaken and either torn in pieces or somehow made away with by a horrible hopping creature in white. You first saw it dodging among the trees, but gradually it appeared more and more plainly.
Gave me one of the worst nightmares I ever remember.
The children just stampeded to get out. There was the most dreadful trouble in the village afterwards.
I'll tell you what, I feel very sorry for anyone who got into Carswell's bad books.
A few days later, Edward Dunning was sitting in his usual desk in the select manuscript room of the British Library, settling down with a book he had to review when he thought he heard his own name. Dunning!
What?
He turned round and in so doing brushed some of his papers onto the floor.
No one there. Odd. I could have sworn.
He had picked up all his papers, or so he thought, when a stout gentleman at the next desk, rising to leave, touched him on the shoulder.
May I give you this? I think it must be yours.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Not at all. Good day.
Excuse me, sir. Here's the second volume you wanted.
I say, Watkins, do you know who that well-built gentleman is? The one just leaving?
Yes, sir, that's Mr. Carswell. Would you like me to introduce you?
No, that's quite all right, thank you.
On the way home that night, Dunning felt that something ill-defined and impalpable had come between him and his fellow men. He felt the need of company on the bus, but the top deck quickly emptied. He looked round, nervously, and an advertisement caught his eye, in blue letters on a yellow background.
In memory of John Harrington, died September the 18th. 3 months were allowed. That's a very queer advertisement.
Tickets, please.
I say, I was looking at that advertisement. It's rather an odd one, isn't it?
What advertisement's that, sir?
Oh, it was... Well, I thought... Oh, well, never mind.
The night Dunning then spent is not one he looks back on with any pleasure. In bed, with the light out, he heard the unmistakable sound of his study door opening.
Who's there?
He stood leaning over the banister listening, but there was no further sound. Only a gust of warm air played for a moment round his ankles. So he got back into bed, and wanting to know what hour of the night it was, put his hand under the pillow for his watch. Only that was not what he found there.
What was it? And what did you feel?
A mouth with teeth and hair about it. Oh, not a human mouth. I was in the spare room with the door locked before I remember anything else. I spent the night there waiting every moment for something to come fumbling at the door.
Well, you must stay with us for as long as you like.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Gayton. You are very kind. I met Carswell in the British Library.
Carswell?
I wonder if he knows it was I who wrote that review.
Well, has anything else happened? I mean, anything odd?
No. Well, I saw a rather strange advertisement on my way home. It said, in memory of John Harrington. It gave a date, and then it said, just 3 months were allowed. I must have imagined it. When the conductor looked, it had gone.
John Harrington.
Why? Do you know him?
Oh, Harrington was the secretary of the society before me. He organised a conference. This is a few years ago, and Carswell wanted to read a paper to the society on alchemy. Harrington said it was rubbish. Paper duly kicked out.
What happened to Harrington?
Harrington fell out of a tree and broke his neck. I was at the inquest. It was a very odd business. I mean, here's a man, not a very athletic fellow, walking home along a country lane late in the evening. Suddenly, he begins to run like mad. I mean, they found his hat and bag. He shins up a tree, A dead branch gives way or something. He's found next morning with a broken neck. And the expression on his face. Oh. Look here. Harrington had a brother who tried to get to the bottom of it. He thought there was foul play. Perhaps you ought to meet him.
Yes, I think I ought.
Yes, Mr. Dunning. My brother suspected Carswell.
How do you know?
He went to a concert. This was about 3 months before he died. And he dropped his programme. A stout, clean-shaven man sitting next to him produced it and gave it back.
Carswell?
I think so. It was after this evening that my brother began to feel he was being followed. When he got home and was showing me the programme, he found tucked into it a little slip of paper with some very odd writing on it in red and black.
That's very carefully done.
It looks like runic letters.
That must belong to my stout neighbour at the concert. I ought to give it back to him.
But just then a sudden draught took the paper and blew it straight into the fire.
Oh, look, it's gone.
Have you read Carswell's book, Mr. Dunning?
Yes.
Do you remember the chapter about what he called casting the runes on people? To gain their affection, or...
To get them out of the way, yes.
Has Carswell ever given you anything?
I believe he gave me back my notebook yesterday in the British Library.
Where is it?
Here, in my bag.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Here. Yes, here, look. A little strip of paper.
It's exactly like the one my brother had. Careful.
Oh, quick! Shut the window!
It's all right.
It just slipped out of my fingers.
It's all right. I've got it.
Mr. Harrington, tell me, how did your brother's trouble progress?
A feeling of unease, of being watched.
Yes.
It gradually grew stronger. After a while, I took to sleeping in his room. He talked in his sleep.
What about?
Perhaps I oughtn't to dwell on that.
What am I going to do?
You must give that little slip of paper back. My brother had 3 months. I suppose you might have the same.
They decided that Henry Harrington would go to stay as near to Carswell as he dared, and keep a watch on his movements. Meanwhile, Dunning would alter his appearance as much as he could, shave off his beard and so on, and get ready to move if his confederate sent word of an opportunity. But the weeks passed and no word came. Less than 5 days before the end of the 3-month period, a telegram arrived.
Kay booked from Victoria for night ferry, Thursday night. Do not miss. We'll follow him onto train at Victoria. You travel on. Join train Croydon. Good luck. Harrington.
The 20 minutes Edward Dunning spent on the platform at Croydon were the longest he had ever lived through.
The train for the night ferry?
This platform, sir?
You're sure?
Quite sure, sir.
What if he's not on it? What if the journey's just a ruse? It's all right. There's Harrington looking out. Mustn't look at him. Get in another carriage.
Dunning made his way slowly down the train until he found the compartment where Carswell was sitting.
Is this seat taken?
No.
Thank you. He hasn't recognized me. How am I going to get it to him? There's his coat on the seat. No good. I've got to put it in his hand.
Carswell got up from his seat and went out into the corridor.
Now I could slip it in his bag. No, he's watching me through the door. Sit tight. Sit tight. He's coming back. He's restless, though.
Carswell got up again and left the compartment, and this time something slipped off his seat and fell to the floor.
It's his ticket in the little cardboard case. Quick!
Diver, this is Diver. All change.
Excuse me.
Oh, may I give you this? I believe it's yours.
Is it? Yes, it is. Much obliged.
The few moments that remained were still moments of intense anxiety. Dunning did not know what a premature finding of the paper might lead to. He noticed that the carriage seemed to darken round them, and to grow warmer. Carswell seemed fidgety and oppressed. He drew his rough woolen coat towards him, then cast it back as if it repelled him.
Tickets, please.
I have a berth booked. Name is Carswell.
What about the other gentleman?
What the devil do you mean?
Beg pardon, sir. I could have sworn there was another gentleman right behind you. Or some sort of thing. Must be the light. My mistake, sir.
All right. Harrington, did you do it? Yes. Well done. I feel a bit faint.
Here, sit down.
I believe I've just sent a man to his death.
It's no more than he deserves.
What do you think? What happens to a man after the runes, I mean? When his time runs out?
Do you remember my brother talked in his sleep?
Yes.
I think he saw it in his dreams. He described it. Shall I tell you what he said?
No. Perhaps not. No.
Oh, Mr. Wallace, what a horrid tale.
Oh, but you don't believe it, do you, Violet?
No. But what did happen to Carswell?
He went missing at sea. It was presumed by the authorities that he had lost his footing and gone overboard.
Oh. As a warning to reviewers, it's hardly of general use. Unless one comes across a necromancer.
You never know when that might happen.
Oh, we can't look for a black magician behind every gravestone.
Why not? That's the fun of it.
Because that has its own perils.
Really?
Oh, yes. I could tell you a story to illustrate my point.
Aha!
I'll make some more cocoa, shall I?
So, Miss Fairfield, why are you still here?
What do you mean?
You sit there glaring at me, contradicting everything I say, having made no apology for your snobbish, sly, too-clever-by-half little review of my book.
Which obviously hit the mark. It's a good book. I didn't say it wasn't.
You didn't say it was, either. You could leave now. Everyone else has. The hour grows later, the fire burns down. But you don't. On the contrary, you keep it stoked. Another log on the fire, another story. We lean closer to the glowing embers. There's a thrill to it, isn't there? Something that quickens the blood. A delicious feeling of dread. Do you deny it?
Of course. As I said, it's all merely the manipulation of effects. A literary exercise.
Only a critic could talk such nonsense.
The way you look down your nose at me, Mr. Wallace, as though I was some sort of rebellious chocolate cream.
Wasn't that lovely? Now, where were we?
Miss Fairfield was making a point, I believe, about the dangers of the supernatural.
The dangers of believing too much in it.
I'm sorry, Sissy, you were going to begin your story.
It's getting late, perhaps.
Perhaps when it comes to it, your case won't really stand up.
Very well. Once upon a time, many years ago, there was a baron. A baron who loved to tell stories of his grim ancestors and who was a firm believer in the supernatural. The baron was a small man, but he had a big heart. He had inherited both the family honour and the family feuds, and he was on very poor terms with some of his neighbours because of disputes or ill deeds carried out on one side or the other several generations ago. He also had a very beautiful daughter, brought up with great care by two maiden aunts, who, having been outrageous flirts in their younger days, were admirably adapted to function as strict guardians and censors of her conduct.
We never let her out of our sight.
She rarely goes out of the castle at all.
We have continually lectured her about strict decorum
and implicit obedience.
As for men,
we have taught her to hold them in distrust.
Unless properly authorized, she will not so much cast a glance on the handsomest.
No, not even if he were dying at her feet.
Other young ladies might go astray.
But nothing of that kind can ever happen to a daughter of the line of Landshort.
The story begins on the day of a great feast. The time had come for nothing less than the marriage ceremony of the baron's fair daughter. She had been betrothed to young Count von Ortenburg, son of a distant but distinguished friend of the baron. The preliminaries had been carried out without the two young people meeting, but now Count von Altenburg was on his way to receive his bride. The fatted calf had been killed, the wine cellar had been ransacked, and the wedding guest was eagerly awaited. The fair bride had been decked out with uncommon care.
The doesn't she look a picture? Remember, keep your eyes down. Don't stare at him.
Yes, Aunt.
Oh, poor love. She's all of a quiver.
The Baron paced the battlements, impatiently waiting for the bridegroom. The sinking sun gleamed along the summits of the mountains and cast the surrounding forests into deepening shadow.
What's happened to the man? Why is he so late?
Meanwhile, the long-awaited bridegroom, the Count von Altenburg, was riding through the forest. At the sober pace in which a man travels towards marriage when all the trouble and uncertainty of courtship have been taken off his hands. He was accompanied by a new friend he had met along the way, Sir Hermann von Staukenfast.
So, Altenburg, you're to be married to the Baron Landshot's daughter.
Indeed.
They say she's very beautiful.
So they do. You know her, then?
My father's castle, Castle Staukenfast, is not far off, but I'm afraid we have nothing to do with the Landshots.
Why not?
Because of ill deeds carried out several generations ago.
Ah, yes, I understand. We have just the same sort of thing in Altenburg.
So the two young men rode together, getting on very well, until, in a particularly lonely and wooded defile of the forest, they were attacked by robbers. They defended themselves bravely and beat off their assailants, but not before the unfortunate bridegroom had received a mortal wound.
I beg you, my dear Staukenfast, repair instantly to the castle of Landshot and inform the Baron of the fatal cause of my failure to keep the marriage tryst.
Yes, but how can I? I must remind you that due to ill deeds carried out between our family and...
Please, I have plighted my word. Unless you do, I will not sleep quietly in my grave. Go. I beg you.
This left the young Hermann von Staukenfast in something of a quandary. He had no wish to be the bearer of ill tidings to an ancient enemy. On the other hand, he had a deathbed pledge to perform. Sorely perplexed, he arranged for the burial of his unfortunate companion in the nearest monastery at Würzburg. Meanwhile, in the castle Landshot, the Baron was in despair.
What can have happened to him? The feast is overcooked, the guests are famished. Why isn't he here?
But just then, a solitary stranger crossed the drawbridge. He was a tall, pale cavalier, mounted on a dark horse.
I am so sorry to break in upon you in this way, but...
Never mind, Dad, you're here now, thank God. The cook was on the point of committing suicide, and we're all starving to death, but come in, come in. Now then, let's get the formalities over with. Here's the young lady.
Forgive me, sir, but... Oh...
This is my daughter. Hope she's up to scratch, eh? Eh?
Yes, sir.
Curtsy to the bridegroom. Say something, my love. Welcome.
Thank you.
Fine! Let's eat!
The banquet was all the more enjoyed for the delay. The feasting and merriment were unbounded, but the tall, dark cavalier scarcely tasted his food. He was wholly absorbed in his bride-to-be.
May I fill your glass?
You may.
And now may I drink to you, the fairest creature I have ever seen.
Oh, look at her blush.
Look at her sigh.
Love at first sight.
But as the feast continued, the young man began to wear an air of dejection.
What is it? What's the matter?
I cannot tell you.
He looked more and more melancholy, and his unaccountable gloom began to cast a chill over the whole company.
Or so the story goes. The goblin horseman catches up the lovely creature and gallops away with her into the night, and she was never seen again from that day to this. What do you think of that, eh? What's the matter?
Sir, midnight approaches, and I must leave.
What? But we have a chamber prepared.
I must lay my head in a different chamber tonight.
Come, you can't be serious.
Sir, I have a solemn and indispensable arrangement.
Couldn't someone else go?
I must attend in person. I must return to the monastery of Würzburg.
But leave it till tomorrow morning, eh? Then you can take your bride.
My engagement is with no bride. It is with the worms. The worms.
I am a dead man. I have been slain. My body lies at Würzburg. My grave awaits. And tonight, I am to be buried. I must away!
The dismay of the company may be imagined, especially as letters arrived the next day confirming the news of the young Count's murder and his interment at Würzburg. But what of the young lady? She lay that night in her boudoir, which she shared with her ever-vigilant aunts, pensively gazing at the light of the full moon that fell across her chamber floor. Suddenly, she felt impelled to rise from her couch and go to the window.
There's someone there, in the shadow of the trees. A man. He's lifting his face to the moonlight. Heaven and earth! It is he! It is my bridegroom! The spectre bridegroom! I saw him! I saw him! Oh! He's gone! You frightened him off! Frightened him? What about us? I will never sleep in this chamber again, nor I. Well, I'm not moving, and I forbid you to say anything of what has just occurred. If my lover wishes to keep watch over my chamber, alive or dead, you are not to stop him. Or perhaps he will come to visit you.
For the poor young lady, there was something consoling in the spectre of her lover. His manly beauty was still visible night after night in the moonlight, and though the shadow of a man is not best calculated to satisfy the affections of a lovesick girl, it seemed to her to be better than nothing. She had no difficulty in persuading her aunts to sleep in another chamber, and made them promise to say nothing of the matter. This they succeeded in doing, despite all expectations to the contrary, for several days, until one morning at breakfast, a terrible discovery was made.
Where is my daughter? Her room is empty. Her bed has not been slept in. Her window is open. She has flown. What is the meaning of this?
Oh, sir, it was him. That dreadful shape.
What?
Your poor daughter, grabbed away to the grave by the spectre bridegroom.
God in heaven! My poor daughter! The horse! Scour the forest! Call for a priest! Bring me my sword!
But just as the Baron was saddling his horse, a lady was seen approaching the castle, accompanied by a tall, dark chevalier.
Father.
My daughter. Where have you been? And who is this man?
The spectre!
Sir.
You are no ghost.
No, sir. I am Sir Hermann von Starkenfaust.
What? A Starkenfaust? Explain yourself.
Sir, I was charged by the dying bridegroom to bring you news of his death. But when I arrived, I was tongue-tied. First by the difficulty of my task, and then by the beauty of your daughter. I was captivated, sir, and could think of no way to extricate myself, except by the harmless deception which I hope will be forgiven.
Go on.
Fearing the ancient hostility of your family, but besotted by your daughter, I haunted the garden beneath her chamber window until I wooed and won her. She consented to be my bride, and I have to tell you, sir, we were married this morning.
What? Married? To a Starkenfaust? A man practiced in deception?
All's fair in love and war, sir.
Oh. I suppose. Better a live Starkenfaust than a dead... whatever. I give you my blessing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Father.
So the revels were resumed. The aunts were scandalized.
If only we had put bars on the window, this would never have happened.
I thought it was a ghost. A real ghost.
But the niece seemed perfectly happy to have found that her spectre bridegroom was in fact substantial flesh and blood.
It was not the Baron's readiness to believe in the supernatural that was at fault. He was practiced on.
Should he not have seen through the deception?
As you would.
I like to think so.
How I wish I could put you in such a situation. I don't think you would find it so easy.
Try me.
Well, perhaps I shall. I believe that in your heart of hearts you would find it impossible to discount the supernatural entirely. We all of us know that there are more things in heaven and earth, and instinctively we understand that we disregard these things at our peril. I could tell you a story, if you would set aside your critical detachment for just a moment.
Oh, why should I do that?
Because this is a story for which I have what I consider to be very convincing evidence.
Violet?
Oh, yeah. You carry on. Don't mind me.
I'd had a party, and Cissy Fairfield had stayed on after, and Hugh Wallace. They didn't seem to be getting on very well, but they'd neither of them leave, and it was getting rather late. We were telling ghost stories.
I don't know any more than you do. But I don't take it as lightly as you do, Miss Fairfield. It's true. I believe you disregard these things at your peril.
And what is your evidence?
I found some papers.
Oh, that's how these things always start. They're usually stuffed behind some books in the library. A dusty bundle tied with ribbon, written in faded ink in an unknown hand.
On the contrary, they are signed and dated. I've looked into it. The author was a Mr. Wraxall. He was a writer.
Reviews?
A travel writer. They were his notes on what proved to be his last expedition to Scandinavia. There were notes on accommodation, accounts of conversations with racy innkeepers and quaint locals, all in a chatty style, you know the sort of thing. But Mr. Wraxall's curiosity seems to have tended towards antiquities.
My greatest discovery is the manor house at Robeck, one of the best buildings of its kind in all the country, built about 1600, belonging to the family de la Gardie.
Mr. Wraxall gained permission to study the archive in the library of the manor house. He took rooms at the village inn.
The Golden Hind, but a short walk away and tolerably comfortable. The manor house itself stands in a park, surrounded by woodland. At the edge of the park, on a steep knoll, is the church. Built in an unusual style, there is a curious addition to the building. At the eastern end of the north aisle is erected a mausoleum for the de la Gardie family. This is a large building with oval windows and a domed roof, and there is no access to it from the church. It has its own door and steps on the north side.
The archive at the manor house, you see, was just what he wanted, full of correspondence, journals, account books, stretching back for hundreds of years, full of amusing and picturesque detail.
The builder of the house itself was one Count Magnus. There is a portrait of him hanging on the staircase, a phenomenally ugly man, and without a very good reputation. They still talk of him in the district, as mine host at the Golden Hind confirmed.
The Count was not favoured here. He was a cruel man. There is a story that Count Magnus went on the Black Pilgrimage.
Black Pilgrimage? What's that?
Nielsen? You will excuse me, Herr Wraxall. My guests are calling.
But that afternoon, browsing in the archive, Mr. Wraxall came across a volume that had clearly been in the possession of Count Magnus.
Aha! Liber Nigrae Peregrinationis, the Book of the Black Pilgrimage. Let's see if I can decipher this. If any man desires to obtain a long life, if he would obtain a faithful messenger and see the blood of his enemies, it is necessary that he should first go to the city of Chorazin, and there salute the Prince of the Air. See the rest of this matter among the more private things. Oh, well, the Prince of the Air.
As Mr. Wraxall walked back to the inn across the park that evening, his mind was full of the Count.
So, a dabbler in alchemy too, are you, Count? Most picturesque.
He had no eyes for his surroundings, and was suddenly astonished to find himself standing at the gate of the church, looking in at the mausoleum.
There you lie, I suppose. Poor old Count Magnus. I should dearly like to see you. Well, what's that?
Herr Wraxall.
Good evening.
I met the deacon in the village. He said he would take you round the church and show you the mausoleum tomorrow if you wish.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Do you know, Nielsen, I found a little bit in my researches today about the Black Pilgrimage. So tell me, what did Count Magnus find on his Black Pilgrimage? Do the stories say?
Herr Raxel, I can tell you this one little tale, and no more.
Oh, but...
and you must not ask anything when I am done.
Very well, if you insist.
In my great-grandfather's time, there were two men, Hans Torbjörn and Anders Björnsen, who said, "The Count is long dead, we do not care for him, we will go tonight and have a free hunt in his wood." The long wood it is, behind the church there.
Yes.
Those men that heard them say this, they said, "No, do not go. We are sure you will meet with persons walking who should not be walking." Hans Torbjörn and Anders Björnsen laughed. They went to the wood that night. My great-grandfather sat up here in this room. It was the summer, a light night. The window was open. He could see out into the wood and hear. He sat here, and 2 or 3 men with him, and they listened. At first, they hear nothing. Then they hear someone scream, as if the inside of his soul is being twisted out of him. Then, closer to the house, they hear a laugh. It was not one of those 2 men who laughed. Indeed, they all of them said that it was not any man at all. All of them in the room caught hold of each other, and they did not move till daybreak. Then they go to bury the men. They are sure these men are dead. They found them at the edge of the wood. Hans Torbjörn was not dead. He was standing with his back against the tree, and all the time he was pushing with his hands, pushing something away which was not there. They took him to the house at Nyköping, but he went on pushing with his hands, and he died there before the winter.
And the other man?
Anders Björnsen was dead. He was once a beautiful man, but now his face was not there, because the flesh of it was sucked off the bones.
Oh.
My great-grandfather did not forget that.
The next day the deacon led Mr. Raxel round the church and left him in the mausoleum, having shown him where to replace the key by the church door. Mr. Raxel wandered about the mausoleum, taking copious notes.
Dignified monuments, mostly 17th and 18th century. Many epitaphs. The central space occupied by 3 sarcophagi, 2 with plain metal crucifixes. The third belongs to Count Magnus himself. No crucifix. Instead, a full-length effigy, and round the sides, bands of ornament representing various scenes. A battle with pikemen and cannons, belching smoke, an execution. A third scene shows among trees a man running at full speed with outstretched hands. What follows him? A strange form, unduly short, and for the most part muffled in a hooded garment which sweeps the ground. This is evidently an allegory, a fiend pursuing a hunted soul. Perhaps this is the origin of the story of Count Magnus and his mysterious companion. The sarcophagus is secured by 3 massive and finely worked padlocks. Oh, one of which has come loose and lies on the pavement.
As I said, all I have are the incomplete notes that Raxel was making towards his projected book, and at this point they begin to degenerate. But there is one final, fully written-up passage.
It is curious how, on retracing a familiar path, one's thoughts engross one to the absolute exclusion of surrounding objects. Tonight, as I was returning from an afternoon in the archive, for the second time, I entirely failed to notice where I was going, when suddenly I awoke to consciousness and found myself, as before, turning in at the churchyard gate, and I believe singing or chanting something. Are you awake, Count Magnus? Are you asleep, Count Magnus? Perhaps the romantic and brooding atmosphere of the place is affecting me. I went on into the mausoleum, although by this time the light was beginning to fade.
I was mistaken about the padlocks. 2 are loose. The remaining one is still firm, and I cannot guess how it is opened. If I could undo it, I would be tempted to take the liberty of opening that lid. It is strange, the interest I feel in the personality of this grim old nobleman. I must replace the key.
When Mr. Wraxall returned to the inn, he found a letter awaiting him that meant he had to draw to a close his stay at Roebeck. He made his arrangements and spent a last day in the archive, adding as much material as he could to his notes. On his walk back through the park, he lingered in the evening light, gazing at the dark woods behind the church.
I must say my goodbye to the Count. Wouldn't do to go without making my bow to the old sinner. I'll just get the key. Well, here you are in your great copper coffin. You may have been a bit of a rascal in your time, Magnus, but for all that I should like to see you, or rather... Ow!
He felt a blow to his foot. He drew it back and something fell onto the floor. It was the third and last padlock. He stooped to pick it up, but before he had raised himself there was a sound of metal hinges creaking, and he distinctly saw the lid shifting upwards.
I was outside that dreadful building in less time than I can write the words. And what frightens me more, I could not turn the key in the lock. As I sit here in my room, noting these facts, I ask myself whether that noise of creaking metal continued, and I cannot tell whether it did or not. I only know that there was something more than I had written which alarmed me. But whether it was sight or sound, I'm not able to remember. Oh, what is this that I have done?
Poor Mr. Wraxall. He left for home the next day, but very uneasy in his mind. On reaching England, he took a carriage and drove hard across country to his house, hoping to put himself out of reach of some person or persons that he had come to regard as his pursuers. It was about 9 o'clock on a moonlit night when he neared the village. He was sitting forward and looking out of the window at the fields and woods. Suddenly, he came to a crossroads. At the corner, 2 figures were standing motionless. Both were in dark cloaks. The taller wore a hat, the shorter a hood. He had no time to see their faces, as the horse shied violently and broke into a gallop. Arrived at his house, for the next 24 hours he lived, comparatively speaking, in peace. I have his final notes written on that day.
Oh, is there no hope? I know they will come. How? I don't know, nor when. But I know they will come. The doctor will call me mad. The policeman would laugh. The parson is away. What have I done? All I can do is lock my door and pray to God.
People still remember in the village how Mr. Wraxall came home one night and was found the next evening, dead. There was an inquest, and the jury viewed the body, and 1 or 2 of them fainted. And the verdict was visitation of God, and none of them would speak of what they saw. No glimmer of light was ever thrown on the mystery.
So how did you find out?
I bought the house. It had stood empty for 50 years. I liked it and took it. The papers I found tucked out of sight in a cupboard under the window in the drawing room.
It has atmosphere, then, your house.
Certainly. You must come and see it. In fact, I insist. You see, it is haunted.
Really? The bloody ghost of Mr. Wraxall.
No. It's in one of the bedrooms.
Really?
Yes. Look, it's nearly Christmas Eve, and I have to be with my people for the weekend. But I could take you down there on Boxing Day. Both of you.
To meet your ghost?
I challenge you, Miss Fairfield, to come and spend the night in the Red Room. You girls make yourselves comfortable in the back. I'll get you some rugs.
Oh, he's rather gorgeous, isn't he?
If only he'd keep his prehistoric views to himself.
Well, if he's so awful, why are you prepared to go and stay the night with him? To teach him the error of his ways?
I want to see this Red Room. I want to sit out the night there.
Well, just to show him what a silly man he is.
Yes.
Hypocrite.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
Now, off we go. You're comfortable. It'll be a couple of hours, I'm afraid.
Quite comfortable, thank you. Someone ought to tell a story.
Your turn.
Oh, no.
Yes, come along, Violet. Why not?
No, really.
You must know one.
I do know one. It's about a car.
Oh, well, it could be better. Come on.
Oh, all right.
So, a car. Whose was it? A headless cabby?
Well, it belonged to the wife of a businessman. He worked in China.
What was he doing there?
Well, he was something big in the Grand Oriental Bank, stationed in Peking. She was called Mrs. Bowlby. She'd been ill, but she recovered and she went out to join him. When she finally got there, he'd had to go off to Shanghai on business for a few days, and so she had to settle in without him. He had left instructions.
You'll need a car. You better have a saloon because of the dust.
So one morning, Mrs. Bowlby went down to Maxon's garage in Nanshitsu to choose a car.
This is a Buick, madam. One careful owner. We always get good second-hand cars here. Diplomats transferred, you know. It's been entirely repainted. Excellent suspension. You'll want that on these roads, Mrs. Bowlby.
Who did it belong to?
I bought the car when the owner left. Very good people, from here in the quarter, of course. Excellent people.
Oh, very well. I'll take it. Mrs. Bowlby fitted out a chauffeur with gold-trimmed livery, and after Mr. Bowlby returned, she set out to pay her calls.
Now then, Shuang,
Yes, madam?
the wife of the German minister.
Yes, madam.
It all began towards the end of her first week.
Now then, the wife of the commandant of the English Guard next, Mrs. Baines.
C'est lui. Oh, it's him. Oh.
Shuang, did you say something?
No, madam?
Oh, never mind. Nerves. Hearing voices, really. Nerves, that's all. Can be such a menace, must just ignore it.
But then a few days later, she was driving along the great road that runs past the legation quarter, past the scarlet walls and golden roofs of the Forbidden City. She was on her way to see her husband play polo.
Terrifying game. I wish Jim didn't play.
Au revoir, mon très cher. Don't fall, I beg you. Au revoir, Jacques. Ah, ce polo. Dreadful sport. Dieu que je le déteste.
That wasn't the chauffeur. And it wasn't nerves. I heard it, a voice. Speaking French in my car. It's absurd, impossible. Why aren't I frightened? It's such a beautiful voice. Who is she? Who is Jacques? Mon très cher. I wonder what Jim would say if I called him that. What would he say if I told him? I don't think I can. He'd say it was nerves, and anyway, I've no right to. I'd feel as though I was giving the poor woman away.
This feeling grew over the following days. The voice became a daily occurrence, furnishing a curious secret background to her social routine.
She only speaks about this Jacques person. She must love him very much. It's a bit like hearing one half of a phone conversation.
But whether it was plans or snatches of talk, always, sooner or later, came the undertone of tenderness, the close concern, the monopolizing happiness of a woman in love.
Jacques, maintenant il se lie là pour toujours, dans amour.
The Peking Hotel, please, sorry.
Yes, Mr. Bowlby.
It's only a leaving do, but we've got to show our faces, darling.
Of course.
We don't need to stay long, just half an hour or so.
But tonight, one will dance, n'est-ce pas?
What's the matter? What are you looking at?
Oh, nothing. Nothing, dear. He didn't hear it. He hasn't heard a word. Thank goodness I haven't said anything. Why do only I hear it? And why is it only the woman's voice?
She noticed other things.
There are certain places where it comes through more clearly. Near the polo ground. She's so anxious for him. Perhaps it's because I'm so frightened about Jim playing. It means there's a link between us. And in the East City.
Mrs. Bowlby liked the quiet backwater of the East City, the low houses in their gardens, tucked away in a corner of the city wall, the flowering trees hanging over the narrow lanes. Here, the voice spoke most clearly. Here, it seemed, the lovers had a meeting place.
This afternoon, I will serve you tea on the stone table under the pine tree. And then we will sit by the fish pond, the one shaped like le trèfle, like 3 leaves. That is good luck, n'est-ce pas? They have mended the parapet. The mortar is still wet. Jacques, We can make an inscription to our love, and then it will lie there forever. Ton amour. And I with you. No one will find it. No one will know.
Mrs. Bowlby was fascinated, held by the spell of this passionate adventure. She was happy with Bowlby, but she had never known anything like this. The desire grew on her to find out more about the voice. But how? Then one day, the clue was given to her. She was just getting into the car.
230, Port Hua Shang Hutong, s'il vous plaît.
Xuan?
Yes, madame?
230, 230, Port Hua Shan Hutang.
Yes, madame.
She caught a flicker of surprise on the face of one of the servants standing on the steps.
Have they heard that address before? Where is it? Where are we going? It looks like the East City.
Slowly, the car drove down the narrow lanes, close to the very foot of the massive city wall, until they pulled up by a scarlet door.
Madame?
Oh, ask who lives there. Ask the name.
Yes, madame.
This afternoon, I will serve you tea on the stone table under the pine tree. And then we will sit by the fish pond.
The old man says, Fakwa Tai Tai, a French lady lives here.
Yes?
But she has gone away.
Oh, very well. Xuan, wait here.
Yes, madame.
At the end of the alley was one of the huge ramps used in ancient times to drive up onto the city wall. She hurried down the alley and began to pick her way up it, through the rubbish and fallen rubble.
Oh, what will Xuan think? Oh, my stockings.
She scrambled up until she found herself on the broad flagged top of the wall, broad enough for 2 chariots to drive abreast. Below her, Peking lay spread out.
There's the car. How odd it looks. All neat and shiny in the dusty lane. And there's the wall of her house. If I walk along a bit, I can see into the garden, the whole thing, right below me.
A dreamlike sense of unreality came over her.
There's the pine tree with the stone table round it. And there's the fish pond, shaped like a trefoil. This is where they met. Oh, how I wish I could bring Jim here and tell him all about it. I must find out who she was. But how? Someone must know.
A few weeks later, she found herself at dinner, seated next to Mr. Van Adam, the elderly doyen of Peking society.
Such beautiful gardens there are in the East City. I found one the other day with a glorious pine tree and a queer clover-leaf-shaped fish pond. Quite the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Do you know it?
I know the one, yes.
Who lived there? Do you know?
Let me see. Count Dardenne, I believe.
Was he married?
I believe so.
What was the wife like?
A siren.
I beg your pardon?
She was a lovely creature.
Did she have a car?
Car? Yes. She went everywhere in a yellow thing. A Buick, I think.
When did they leave?
Oh, going on for a year ago. She was ill, they said. Looked it, anyhow. She went back home. The East didn't suit her, I guess.
Poor thing.
Coffee, Mrs. Bowlby? Do you take cream?
At least I don't feel the need to ask any more. Madame Dardenne. Poor dear. One thing is a little odd. I'm sure this Jacques wasn't her husband. Clearly this Frenchwoman did not hold the marriage tie sacred, as I believe one ought. And yet, do I censure her? No. I don't even think Mr. Van Adam was quite right to call her a siren. A siren is a cold-hearted creature who lures men to their doom. I don't believe my voice was the voice of such a creature. She loved him so much. Perhaps if people knew as much about love affairs as I know about this one, they would be less quick to judge. Xuan, drive to the Port Hua Xuan Hutang.
Yes, madame.
I'd like to look at that garden again.
Mrs. Bowlby climbed up onto the city wall again and found the spot where she could look down into the garden. I wish I could just walk in it. Just once. Perhaps then I wouldn't feel so... Schwang?
Yes, madame?
Here's $5. Give it to the caretaker and tell him I wish to walk in the garden of that house.
Yes, madame.
The caretaker led her through the house and several courtyards until she found herself standing in the garden beneath the old city wall. There's the pine tree with the stone table at its foot. That's where she sat with her lover. Oh, how sad, how cruel life is. Oh, I wish I hadn't come now. Poor woman. There's the goldfish pond with the piece that's been repaired. I wonder, did they make the inscription?
It will lie there forever, ton amour. And I with you. No one will find it. No one will know.
Why, I believe this must be it. Scratched in the plaster quite neatly. Anne-Marie Dardenne. James Bowlby. James. Jacques. Jim.
It will lie there forever. Ton amour, and I with you.
Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no! No! Schwang! Schwang!
Oh, madame?
No, not in there! Not in that! Fetch me a rickshaw!
A rickshaw? But, madame, we are going to the polo for Mr. Bowlby, yes?
Fetch me a rickshaw! So a rickshaw was found, and off it went, with the small drooping figure of Mrs. Bowlby in it, while down the alley after it lurched the Buick saloon.
What happened to the mistress? How did she die?
I don't know. Perhaps she died of a broken heart.
Perhaps Bowlby had murdered her and buried her in the garden.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we're nearly there.
Oh, good. What lovely countryside. The hills.
Yes.
Is there a tarn up there?
Yes.
Ah, must be a beautiful spot.
There's the house.
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
You see the tower there on the end with the ivy and the arched window?
Yes.
That's the Red Room.
Hugh Wallace invited Sissy and me down to stay at his house in the country. We'd had a debate about ghosts, and Hugh had challenged us to stay the night in what he said was a haunted room. It had seemed like a lot of fun in town, but when we got there, it was silent, damp. It had an atmosphere of, well, oh...
Sorry, the place seems a bit deserted. The servants are all on leave over Christmas.
There was dark oak panelling everywhere, and bare stone floors, corridors leading off into the gloom, and a musty smell. The shutters were closed. Everything was under dust sheets. What a lovely old house. It is a little bit chilly.
I'm so sorry. I only usually come here in the summer months to walk on the fells and so on. I lighted a fire in the drawing room. We can sit there until it's time.
I thought you found some papers in a cupboard under the window in here.
Yes.
Well, there is no cupboard under the window in here.
Isn't there? Oh, so there isn't.
I thought you said you had compelling evidence. So much for veracity.
A grain of truth. Not necessarily in every detail. One has to embellish a little in the telling. I didn't find those papers here, actually, although they do exist.
You merely embroidered the facts.
Yes.
Hardly the way to inspire confidence. If you're not simply a charlatan, why did you do it?
In this particular instance, I wanted to bring the house in, you see. Pave the way for your invitation. I would probably have mentioned it anyway, but I wanted it to come up naturally.
That's very devious, Mr. Wallace.
But now you're here, you must see my intentions were good.
Oh, yes.
So, When do we begin our vigil? In the Red Room?
Oh, you can go in any time after it gets dark. Leave it as late as you like. The less time you spend in there, the better, I should say.
What kind of a ghost is it?
I wonder if I should tell you anything about it.
Well, isn't there some sort of story attached?
More than one. All very unpleasant. There's the story of the cruel, insensitive husband who decided to give his nervous young wife a scare on her wedding night. And, of course, there are stories of people who have tried to spend the night there.
And been found the next morning.
Yes.
Oh, how? How found?
If I tell you too much, you'll know what to expect. Much better not.
Why? Because if he plants ideas in our minds, it won't be a fair trial. We might begin to imagine what we've been told to expect.
Exactly. So what shall we do while we wait for it to get dark?
I can't imagine.
I'll have a look in the kitchen, see if there's the makings of a sandwich.
You're not going to carry on telling ghost stories, are you?
Of course.
Oh, don't tell a scary one, please. Not in this gloomy old place.
You said you liked it.
I hate it. It's horrid. And nobody here but us in the middle of nowhere. I wish we'd never come. Oh, don't tell a scary one.
I suspect Mr. Wallace is taking pleasure in trying to frighten us. I see no reason not to try to do the same to him.
But what about me?
I found some cheese and biscuits in the pantry and something to drink. We can have a picnic. Now, who's going to begin? Miss Fairfield?
By all means, if you really want to.
Why not?
Violet?
Oh, go on, then.
You have to imagine a hotel in the main square of a market town.
Done that.
It's Christmas time. Cold weather.
No need to imagine that.
A group of commercial travellers are sitting round a fire in the hotel lounge, upstairs from the bar. They start to tell ghost stories.
As one does.
To begin with, it's too noisy and too bright. But they turn the gas down, and gradually the streets outside grow quieter.
A man told me once that he travelled down the Great Western with a ghost and hadn't the slightest suspicion of it until the inspector came for tickets.
Here's whiskey, sir.
My friend said the way that ghost tried to keep up appearances by feeling for its ticket in all its pockets and looking on the floor was quite touching.
Oh, now then, it's not a subject for jesting. I've never yet seen an apparition myself, but I know people who have, and I consider that they form a very interesting link between us and the afterlife.
Oh, yes?
There's a ghost story connected with this hotel, you know.
I've never heard it.
Oh, dates back a long time. You've heard about Jerry Bundler, Edie?
Oh, just odds and ends, sir. There was one girl here what said she saw it, and the governor sacked her prompt.
My father lived in this town and knew the story well. He was a truthful man, and I've heard him say more than once that he saw the appearance of Jerry Bundler in this house.
Oh, who was this Bundler?
London thief, pickpocket, highwayman, anything he could turn his dishonest hand to. He was run to earth in this house one Christmas, nigh on 100 years ago. Took his last supper in this very room, and after he'd gone up to bed, a couple of Bow Street runners who'd followed him up from London went up and tried the door. It was stout oak and fast, so they went out into the yard, and one of them climbed up a ladder up onto the window-sill. The others saw him crouching on the sill. Then there was a sudden smash of glass, and he fell on the stones at their feet. In the moonlight, they saw the white face of the pickpocket peeping over the sill to see what he'd done. Some stayed in the yard, while others ran into the house and helped to break the door in. Took 'em a while, but they got in at last, and the first thing that met their eyes was the body of Jerry Bundler dangling from the top of the four-poster by his own neckerchief. Which bedroom was it?
That I can't tell you, but the story goes that Jerry still haunts this house, and my father used to declare positively that the last time he slept here, the ghost of Jerry Bundler lowered itself from the top of the bed and tried to strangle him.
I wish you'd thought to ask which bedroom.
Why?
Well, I shouldn't care to sleep in it, that's all.
There's nothing to fear. Ghosts can't hurt you. For my own part, I should rather like to see one. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night. Night.
I only hope Jerry will pay you a visit.
Let's have a drop more whiskey, Edie.
I should like to put that old humbug to the test. Suppose I dress up as Jerry and go and give him the chance of displaying his courage.
No.
Only for the joke. I've got some things upstairs. I'm going to play in the Rivals this Christmas with our lot. I've knee breeches, buckles, that sort of thing. I'll give you a full dress rehearsal.
You've a theatrical bent, have you?
They say I'm pretty good.
I bet you're level sovereign you don't frighten me.
Done. I'll take the bet to frighten you first and the old gentleman after.
Now, leave the old man alone.
Well, I'll try you first. Keep the gas turned down, mind. Won't be a minute.
He's crazy on acting, thinks he's as good as anybody. I won't let him have a go at the old man. It won't matter, as long as he gets the chance to do it to us.
Well, I hope he'll hurry up backstage. It's 12:30 now.
Nearly half an hour went by. The men smoked and chatted, and they had to send Edie down to the bar for another bottle. Only a moment later, she came flying back up the stairs.
He's coming!
What? Edie, you look a bit white round the gills.
It was the suddenness of it. And besides, I wasn't expecting to see him in the bar. There's only a glimmer of light down there, and he was sitting on the floor, right behind the bar. I nearly trod on him.
Oh, Edie.
He took me unawares. I wouldn't have gone down there by myself if I'd known he was there, and I don't believe you would either, sir.
Nonsense, I'll go and fetch him.
Oh, you don't know what it's like, sir. It ain't fit to look at by yourself, it ain't. It's got the... What's that?
Oh! Hurst?
What is it? What's the matter? Hurst! Put the gas up, Edie.
But what's the matter?
Oh, I've seen it. Oh, Lord. I'll never play the fool again.
Seen what?
Tim, it's a ghost.
Nonsense.
I got my togs on, and I was coming down the stairs, just capering down, as I thought it ought to do. I felt a hand on my shoulder. I looked round and saw it. A wicked little head and a white face. Oh,
well, that's what I saw in the bar. Horrid it was.
Most unaccountable.
I will go down that bar again by myself. No, not for £50.
And it's talking about the thing that's caused it, I expect. We've all been talking about this and having it in our minds. We've been sort of forming a spiritualistic circle without knowing
It's
it.
odd they should both think they saw something. Who'll come down to the bar with me now and have a look?
You go if you like, sir, but I'll wait here if you don't mind.
Very well.
Well, rather him than me. Do you think that...
Shh. Did you see it, sir?
No. How are you feeling now, Hurst?
a bit better. I dare say you think I'm easily scared, but you didn't see it.
Not at all. I think the bets are off, though, don't you?
I'm going to bed. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
No need to be like that. I won it, really. I've never seen anyone so scared in all my life. Sort of poetic justice, isn't it?
I might turn in. You won't turn the gas down before I get up the stairs, will you, Edie?
I'll come and sleep on the floor outside your room if you like, sir. So long as you don't mind the light on all night in the corridor.
Oh, not at all. Well, I'm going up. I'll see you up there.
What about you, sir?
Oh, don't worry about me. I don't believe in ghosts. I've got a little revolver. Anything comes into my room, I shall shoot it.
Oh, do you think that would hurt the spirit, sir?
Maybe not, but the noise would be a comfort to me.
Would you wait with me while I put the lights out down here, sir? I'd be very grateful.
Of course.
I'll light a candle. Sorry, it'll be a bit dark when I turn the gas off. There. What was that?
There's someone at the door.
The door slowly opened, and a white, leering face with sunken eyeballs and a close-cropped bullet head appeared at the opening.
Oh, good God!
For a few seconds, the creature stood, regarding them, blinking in a strange fashion at the candle. Then, with a sidling movement, it came a little way into the room and stood there, as if bewildered. They watched with a horrible fascination as the creature removed its dirty neckcloth and its head rolled on its shoulder. Again, it paused. Then, holding the rag before it, it moved towards them.
Oh! Light the candle! Light the candle! There's something on the floor! I can feel it
Oh, no. Hurst!
You didn't shoot. I told him not to. I told him. Oh, God.
Another of your ghost stories without a ghost, Miss Fairfield?
But the maid, she saw it, sitting on the floor in the bar. And the man himself, the man who dressed up, he saw it.
I suspect Miss Fairfield would suggest that was all Hurst's doing. He was preparing the ground by acting afraid himself before trying to scare the others.
Quite right.
Oh, I see.
It's a little contrived.
I wouldn't say that.
Then would you like to tell another story, now?
Who, me? No. What was that?
Someone at the door. I'll go and see.
Violet, don't be so jumpy.
I can't help it.
It's a telegram for you.
For me?
Here.
Oh, dear. What can it be? Oh, it's Father. He's not well. I must go back.
Oh, Violet.
I've asked the man to wait. He can take you to the station.
I'm so sorry.
Now, don't be silly. I'll get your things.
Sissy, come with me.
What?
Come with me. Why? You know why. I don't want to leave you here alone.
Oh, I shan't be alone. Mr. Wallace is here.
You know what I mean. Alone with him.
What do you think he'll do to me?
Oh, I don't know. Please come.
I can't. I can't back out now. Anyway, I don't want to. I want to see the Red Room.
Oh, Sissy, please, I've got a feeling.
What feeling?
About this place, about him.
I've given your case to the man. He'll take you straight to the station. There's a train on the hour.
Sissy, please. I wish you'd come. I'll be all right. Or telephone me as soon as you can. I will. Go on, he's waiting.
Shall we go in?
Yes.
It's very bold of you to stay. You don't mind being left alone with me?
Why should I? Do you think I would cut and run?
I didn't think you were the type to do that. I hoped you wouldn't.
The sun is going down.
Yes. We still have a little daylight.
One more story?
Why not?
It's your turn.
So it is. Did I tell you I've seen a ghost?
In your Red Room?
No, this is another occasion. When I was a medical student in my young days.
Oh, a while ago, then.
Yes. In Edinburgh.
Did you qualify?
No. I made nothing of it. I couldn't ever cram all those names of bones and blood vessels into my head. I tried for a year or two until... But to begin with, I was willing and quick and pleasant, and I found favour with one of the teachers of anatomy, Mr. McFarlane. He was comparatively young, but very talented, and already preeminent in his field. We also shared a taste for the nightly pleasures of the old town. I was a student, you must remember. I rose to the giddy heights of assistant demonstrator. My task was to hand on the saws and pliers, while Mr. McFarlane went to work on the cadaver under the eyes of the admiring class. I also had to keep the anatomy theatre clean, and, most importantly, to supply, receive, and divide the various subjects for dissection. In order to carry out this delicate duty, I was lodged in the same building as the dissection rooms. I would stagger home to bed after a night of student drinking and debauch, only to be called to the door by the shady characters who supplied the dissecting table. I would pay the price and receive their burden, and then go back to bed to sleep it off. It was never easy to get bodies. The supply was always running out. Of those who brought bodies to us, Mr. McFarlane advised me not to ask too many questions, although he knew as well as I that the bodies were often of a singular freshness.
They bring the body, and we pay the price. For the sake of your own conscience. Just leave it at that.
So I took the corpses, and I paid the price, and I averted my eye from any other consideration. Until early one morning.
All right, I'm coming. Yes.
Thank you. Put it there on the table.
Thank you very much, sir. But the second back there, if you don't mind. We might be needing it again, and she won't, will she, sir?
No.
There you go.
God almighty. That's Jane Galbraith.
You know, sir?
I know this woman. I saw her yesterday. She can't be dead.
She was a streetwalker that day every day.
She was alive and well yesterday.
You see her for long, did you, sir? Perhaps you're mistaken. You must be. Thank you for the money now.
But...
The money? You were entirely mistaken, weren't you, sir?
I'm sorry. I was entirely mistaken. Here's the money.
Thank you very much, sir.
I was left alone with the body to think. I knew the girl only too well. I saw the marks on her body that suggested a violent death. A panic seized me.
What should we do? Do? Do you want to do anything? Least said, soonest mended, I should say.
But someone else might recognize her. We're not the only men who...
Let's hope they don't. And if anybody does, well, we didn't. Do you see? And there's an end. This goes on, you know. It's been going on for a long time. Stir up the mud now and all of us be in it. What would you have to say for yourself in the witness box? You know this isn't the first. The street vermin don't just drop down dead for our convenience. You know some of them were murdered.
Dr. McFarlane!
Come, you must have suspected it.
Suspecting is one thing.
And proof another. Yes, I know. And I'm as sorry as you are that this thing should come here. But the next best thing is for me not to recognize it, so I don't. You may do as you please. I don't dictate. But I think a man of the world would do as I do. The men who get on in this business aren't the old wives, you know.
So I did nothing. Said nothing. And the body of the girl was duly dissected, and no one made any remark. A few days later, I met McFarlane, as was our habit, in a bar off Canongate. I found him sitting with a stranger, a very ill-favoured man.
I'd like you to meet Gray. You can call me Mr. Gray. Let's have another bottle for your friend Toddy. I call him Toddy McFarlane, you never guess why. Shall I tell that story, Toddy?
Better not.
I said another bottle. Come on, look lively, Toddy, and shut the door while you're about it. I'm freezing my ass off in this hole. Toddy hates me. Oh, yes, you do.
Stop calling me that damned name. You've had your little joke.
I'll call you whatever I like. Listen to him. Did you ever see the lads play knife? He liked to do that all over my body.
We could do better than that, Mr. Gray. When we medical students don't like a dead friend of ours, we dissect it.
Much better not to joke about it.
Next day, McFarlane was absent from class, and I thought he must be sleeping it off. I went to bed early that night and slept soundly until the early hours. All right. I'm coming.
Good morning.
McFarlane, what?
Help me in with this.
But have you been to the churchyard? How did you manage on your own?
Save your breath for your work. Let's get it on the table. You'd better look at the face.
What?
You'd better look at the face.
Why?
You'd just better.
But where did you get it?
Just look at the face.
Gray. It's your Mr. Gray.
I think Richardson has been wanting a head to dissect. He may have this one. By the way, the money.
What?
You must pay me.
Pay for what?
For him. The accounts must tally. By all means, and on every possible account, you must pay me. I can't give you this for nothing, and you can't take it for nothing. It would compromise us both. This is another case like your sweet Janie's, you see. The more that is wrong, the more we must act as though everything is all right. Where do you keep the key to that money box? Come on, man.
Here.
Now then, there is my payment made.
The first proof of your good faith.
I've put my neck in a noose to oblige you.
To oblige me? Come, come. As far as I can see, you did what you had to do. Suppose I got into trouble. Where would you be? This goes back a way, you know. Back to Janie Galbraith and beyond. Mr. Gray here is just a continuation of that other matter. You can't begin and then stop. If you begin, you must keep on beginning. That's the truth. No rest for the wicked.
My God, what have we done? And I'm just the assistant. Where's the harm in that? Why do I have to be dragged in?
What a boy you are. There's no harm in it if you hold your tongue. It's a shock to begin with, but you're clever. You've got a bit of grit. I promise you, 3 days from now, you'll laugh at this like a schoolboy at a pantomime.
What could I do? I was too young and too stupid to see a way out. I felt I had fallen under McFarlane's power. My complicity with the murder of poor Janie stopped my mouth. I did nothing. Then the class began to arrive. The body was parcelled out to the various students. Richardson was made happy with the head, and before the hour was out, the dreadful process of disguise had begun, and we were safe. After a few days, McFarlane's prophecy was fulfilled. I outlived my terrors. I began to think myself a brave fellow. Some months later, we ran short of bodies again. But we heard news of a burial at a place called Glencorse, a country graveyard some distance from the village itself, not overlooked. The farmer's wife had died. We set off in driving rain, our spades and lanterns hidden in the back of the cart, and we stopped at an inn to warm ourselves for our work.
McFarlane, you're a philosopher. I was a fool till I knew you. You'll make a man of me.
Of course I shall. It needed a man to back me that morning. There are some cowards who would have turned sick at the look of the damn thing, but not you. You kept your head.
And why not? It was no affair of mine. And I could count on your gratitude, couldn't I?
Of course.
The great thing is not to be afraid. Between you and me, I don't want to hang.
That's practical.
But for all the rest, hell, God, the devil, right and wrong, sin and crime, they may frighten boys, but men of the world like you and me, eh?
Just so.
Here's to the memory of your Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray.
We reached the graveyard in the early hours, lit the lanterns, and went to work.
That's the coffin lid. Let's have it open.
Damn, the lantern's out.
Don't worry, I've got the body. We can finish it in the dark. Damned heavy. Give me a hand.
In the blackness, we got it up, wrapped it in sacking, and loaded it onto the cart.
This bloody old bitch. I wish she'd keep herself to herself. She keeps trying to put her head on my shoulder.
It seems big for a woman. There's something about it. For God's sake, let's make a light, shall we?
Stop the cart, then. I'll do it.
He lit the lantern, and it sent a dull, misty glow through the rain. We could see the thing we had brought with us. The rain had moulded the rough sacking to the outlines of the body underneath.
There's something not right about it. It's not a woman.
It was a woman when we put her in.
But it isn't now.
Hold the lamp. I must see her face.
He climbed up, unfolded the sacking, and uncovered the head. The light fell very clear on the smooth-shaven features of the familiar face of Mr. Gray.
Oh my God! Sweet!
We flung ourselves away from the cart. The lamp broke and went out, and the horse, terrified, bolted away towards the city, bearing along with it the body of the dead and long dissected Mr. Gray.
You saw it?
I saw it.
A trick of the light. And 2 guilty consciences.
Oh, certainly. If you like.
So, you were an accessory to murder. A body which you subsequently helped to dismember.
I cannot tell a lie. I did it with my little hatchet.
Oh, I don't believe you. I don't believe that. What was it, 15 years ago?
20.
Well, I can't believe that sort of thing still went on.
It's just a story.
You will not test my nerves this way.
Talking of which, I think it's almost dark now outside.
Yes.
Nearly time to go. Into the Red Room.
Yes.
If you're going to spend the night in the Red Room, you'll need some candles.
Will I?
Yes. As many as you care to take. Here, have a bundle.
Oh, they should last the night.
You don't light them one after the other. You'll want to light as many as you can.
Will I?
Yes. Not feeling nervous yet?
I don't believe in ghosts, Mr. Wallace.
So you say. It's not quite dark yet. Another 10 minutes or so.
Yes.
And you're sure you don't mind being here on your own with a stranger?
No. Not so strange now, I hope. I don't know much about you. It's true, I don't even know if you're married. Although I would take a guess from looking around that you are not.
You don't see a woman's hand here?
No.
Quite right. I'm not married, though...
There is someone?
There was. A sweetheart from childhood, almost. When I first moved to London and tried my hand at writing, we had an understanding. She wrote, too, with rather more success than I did. Nicola Forrest.
I've heard of her, of course, but she disappeared a few years ago.
4.
You knew her?
We were very much together for a time, but when she became so successful, we parted. There were more and more demands on her. She never acknowledged the help I had given her. There was no place for my work that did not sell. Why didn't I give it up and try my hand at something else? Had to make a break. We went our separate ways, and I did try my hand. I went up for a job on the Athenaeum. Literary editor. It would have suited me. I could have kept on with my work, and then I heard she'd been offered it.
But now?
Ah, yes, now I'm published, lionized, but this is 15 years ago. How many years would I have been skulking in her shadow? I left London, and I came to live here. The seclusion suited my mood. It's a beautiful place. The hills, the little tarn up there, its water glinting. Deep, dark, blue. I used to sit up there for hours. And then one day I had a letter.
Dear Hugh, I was talking to Hamlin the other day, and he said things that I couldn't believe, that you had some sort of grievance against me. I've always wanted us to remain friends, and I thought we were. Can I come and see you and set this straight? Love, Nicola.
I telegraphed straight back. Come, I said.
This is wonderful. It's a beautiful house.
It is, isn't it?
I like it very much.
You should have come before.
I should. Hugh, I hate people to think ill of me.
Don't we all?
Hamlin said you wanted the job on the Athenaeum. I never knew. And when he told me, for a moment I thought maybe that was why I hadn't heard from you.
No.
We've been friends for so long. I'd hate to think there was anything like that between us. If there was anything I could do...
No, Nicola, it's perfectly all right. He was talking rubbish, just trying to make trouble.
Really?
Really?
I'm so glad. Your time will come, you know.
Yes.
I've had more success than I deserve.
No.
Oh, yes, I have. I've got some talent, but not as much as people say. But you... If only you didn't shut yourself away up here, closed in by all these mountains. They are lovely, though.
Yes. What do you say to a walk?
That would be nice. Of course, I was pleased. Who wouldn't be? It's a new prize. This is only the second year. But the whole thing's nonsense, really. When I opened the envelope and found the cheque, you could have knocked me down with a feather. Of course, £100 isn't much. Can we stop for a minute? What a beautiful view. It's magnificent, isn't it?
She slipped her arm through mine. It was exquisite torture to feel her plump flesh. She was panting. She'd put on weight with the years, and she was out of condition. We set off again. It was wonderful to feel a temptation rising through my body like boiling water, and yet not to let it take hold of me.
This is steep. Where are we going?
We're nearly there. I'm showing you the tarn.
What's that?
It's a tiny lake, high up, surrounded by the hilltops. Very lovely. Silent. Some of them are immensely deep, unfathomable, but quiet, like glass.
You know, I've always been afraid of water. I still haven't learned to swim. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, there it is. We better step out. We haven't got much daylight left. I love this place. I feel it's mine. You have your things in the busy world, and I have this.
That's good. It is lovely. Very dark, the water.
It's one of the deep ones. No one's ever found out how deep.
Charming. I like your town, but I'd like to go home now.
You see the jetty there? Someone built that out into the water for a boat, I suppose. Come and look down. When you stand on that jetty, you can see the hills and the water. Come on. See? Look down into the water. And when you drop a stone in...
Hugh, I'm cold. It's getting dark. We'll never find our way. I'd like to go home.
No. I put my hands round her neck, and for a moment she looked at me, startled, like a child. And then... a glimmer of something white, sinking, sinking. Then just ripples. Then silence. I was conscious of a warm, luxurious relief, a truly sensuous feeling. At last, I thought, I've done something to be proud of. I set off back down the path. It was going dark. I felt lonely all of a sudden, going back to an empty house. I made myself some supper and sat down to eat. Then I went to bed. And I had been sleeping, or dozing, lying half awake. I was wide awake now, my heart beating. It was as though someone had called me by name. The window was a little way open. The moon threw a sickly light into the room. The light was dim, a little green. I stared at the window, and it seemed to me that something moved. It glistened in the greenish light, silvery. It had the look, exactly, of slipping water. I could hear it welling up, gurgling with satisfaction as it filled and filled. I sat up in the bed. It was water flowing over the windowsill, slipping down the wall. Where could it come from? I saw a line of silver move as it streamed over the sill. I had to close the window. I swung my feet out of bed. The floor was covered with water. It was rising. It rose without a bubble, without a break. Over the sill it poured in a steady flow. I must do something. I must stop this. It's icy cold. Sitting on the edge of the bed, something seemed to push me forward into the water. My head was under, my whole body in the icy liquid. It seemed adhesive and in the heart of the ice, hot like melting wax. I struggled to my feet. I was up to my neck. Something caught me by the ankle. Help me! Let me go! Let me go! I hate you! I hate you! Let me... The water covered my mouth. It felt as though someone pushed in my eyeballs with bare knuckles, and a cold hand reached up and caught my naked thigh.
Now you're telling me you're a murderer? Punished by nightmarish spirits?
Either you believe my stories or you don't.
You are still trying to frighten me.
Am I not succeeding?
No.
My stories are better than yours.
You have a more morbid imagination than I, that is all.
They're more frightening.
That does not mean they are better, and I repeat, they don't frighten me.
It's not too late to back out.
Why do you think I should back out? There is nothing to fear.
How can you be so sure of that?
This is what I'm about to demonstrate.
Come on, then. Let's go. I'll get the key. Here we are. The Red Room. I don't think you should be in there on your own.
Oh, don't you?
No, I think I'd better come in with you. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Good.
What happens now?
Light the candles, all of them. Put them in as many places as you can. There are candlesticks on the dressing table and sconces on either side of the mirror. A couple on that mantelpiece. And put one in that alcove.
Where?
On the floor.
Oh, I don't want a ghost to trip over it.
Have a good look round. Look at the shutters on the window. Check the fireplace and the wardrobe.
Why?
Just so you know that everything is as it should be. The fire's laid. Put a match to that, too.
Very well. And then what? You don't want to tell me who or what we're expecting.
Wait and see. Do you want the chair or the bed?
I'll sit on the chair. Oh. One of the candles has gone out.
Yes. Relight it.
There. Another one's gone. Oh, there must be a draft from somewhere.
The two by the mirror have gone.
Oh, I've got them.
Now the two on the dressing table.
How are you doing this?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, damn.
Don't bother with the matches. Light one from the other.
Yes. Oh. How are you doing this?
I'm not. You could see I'm not.
Got you. Oh, now the one on the dressing table again. Well then, why do they keep going out?
You tell me.
Well, help me.
There's nothing you can do.
Oh no! They're all out. The fire. I'll light them from the fire, yes. Oh, no. No! The fire is going out. Like a hand coming over it. How is that possible? What are you doing?
Why do you think it's me?
Well, it must be. What else? The fire is out.
And we are left in the dark.
What now? What happens now?
According to you, that depends merely on what is in your imagination.
This world is endless, so wide, so broad, but somehow I'm still lost in you. The streets are full of moving shadows, countless places I could go. City shining, people passing, yet I still feel so alone. Every road keeps leading nowhere, every sky feels cold and blue. In this world so vast and open, I'm still lost in missing you. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you. I have tried to outrun silence, tried to leave your ghost behind, but your name still echoes softly through the corners of my mind. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. But my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you. Maybe someday I'll stop searching for your face in every crowd, but until that day, this broken heart will keep calling your name out. The world is wide, so wide before me, but I keep losing my way. Somewhere in the endless distance, your memory makes me stay. The world moves on without us, but my heart remains untrue. For no matter where these feet may wander, I'm still lost in missing you.